Hello and welcome to the Moon Cabin. I'm your host, Mr. Moon. And Nintendo is in big trouble, right? Let's talk about it, okay? So the PS5 and Xbox Series X blowing everything away. The sales are incredible. Fastest selling systems ever. More bad news for Nintendo as the Switch OLED model is revealed and fans are not happy. Valve reveals the Steam Deck, potential Switch killer, super-powered system coming your way, the true Switch Pro. Stock is dropping rapidly, nearly 7% loss in the past 3 months. Nintendo, you need help. All things are bad, right? Wrong, baby. Wrong. And let me tell you why. It's all ridiculous. This is the state of Nintendo, the true state of Nintendo, what you need to know going forward. We're going to talk about the current state of the company, what's been going on, what's been announced, and what to expect in the future. So, doom and gloom for Nintendo? Not at all. Good things are happening. Just listen, be patient, keep calm, and chive on, baby. Alright, so let's get right into it. The past few weeks have been huge for Nintendo, starting out with a very strong E3 presentation. New games were revealed, including Metroid Dread, coming out October 8th, a must-have title for new fans and old fans alike. I can't wait to get this game. I really want to get the special edition package. I might have to go on eBay to get it, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna wait for that special edition. I love it. Looks beautiful. The game itself looks like so far the must-play game of 2021. Also revealed another fan-favorite series, WarioWare Get It Together, coming out September 10th. A great party game that's going to excel on this Switch with a new 2-player mode. Just fun for all ages, goofiness, lighthearted, romping through quick minigames. You can't beat this game. Also coming out on October 29th, a huge selling series for Nintendo, Mario Party Superstars comes out. For reference, Super Mario Party, the original Switch Mario Party game, sold 15 million copies for the Switch, and it was released in 2018. Okay, so that's up to date. It's probably going to exceed that number within the next couple of years, obviously. But for reference, the PlayStation 4's best-selling exclusive game was Uncharted 4, a huge blockbuster we can all agree on. Great game in every way, but guess how many copies that sold? 16 million. So a fringe franchise for the Nintendo Switch sold 15 million units already. Uncharted 4 was released in 2016. 2 more years, I can almost guarantee that Super Mario Party is going to exceed the sales of Uncharted 4 on PlayStation 4. Just crazy. Last of Us Part 2, another huge exclusive franchise for PlayStation, sold between 4 and 7 million units. Alright, so Mario Party alone blows away Last of Us and Uncharted, some of the biggest games you can get on PlayStation. So we're going to get Mario Party Superstars on October 29th, going to be a huge seller for Nintendo. Shin Megami Tensei 5, another fan-favorite series, is coming out on November 11th for the system. Not a series that I played before, but this trailer looks great. I might have to check it out. It looks amazing. I'm a JRPG fan, and this looks like they're doing it right. I like character models. Looks interesting to me, and I might give the Shin Megami Tensei series a try here finally. Also releasing in November, The Legend of Zelda Game & Watch. This thing, I mean, I have the Mario Game & Watch. If they keep doing this to commemorate anniversaries of series that we love, they're going to keep making money. They'll get $50 off me every time. I'm not even going to play this thing, I'll be honest. I'll look at it once, might click around on it, and put it right back in the box. Pristine as can be, okay? Also announced a long-dormant series, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, December 3rd. First new release for this series in 13 years. A series I grew up loving on the Game Boy, and it's back, baby. I will potentially be buying all of these games coming out in 2021. And Nintendo, I mean, you might as well just direct deposit from my bank account. Just keep taking money from me, seriously. Also at E3, Nintendo had good third-party support as we're getting a new Mario plus Rabbids game. Looks very beautiful. I mean, the trailer itself was stunning. The gameplay is really fun. The original Mario Rabbids game exceeded expectations, continues to sell well, and this one will do even better. Life is Strange is coming to the Switch, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Guardians of the Galaxy, good third-party support, And we'll also continue to get great indie titles coming to the Nintendo Switch, the Indie King. These are all major products that Nintendo fans didn't know existed until like 3-4 weeks ago. And suddenly we have 6 new must-have products releasing this year. So Nintendo, well done. This was all unexpected. It's all exciting new stuff that's coming out this year. I mean, come on. And you had Skyward Sword HD that just released. I haven't bought it yet because I played it on the Wii, loved it, have great memories of it, and I don't need to play it again. It was such a satisfying experience, but if you haven't played the game yet, can't recommend it enough. Also coming out this year, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl on November 19th. So must-have titles all around. Nintendo has a very strong lineup to finish out this year. So the 2021 E3 presentation from Nintendo could have ended there, strong as can be, but they had to save the best for last with the banger, the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. This is what the fans wanted, and Nintendo delivered. It looks better than I could have ever expected. Surprises throughout the trailer, Link falling through the sky, everybody's wondering what's going on with his arm. Zelda falls into a pit of despair. Just craziness everywhere. Great music, excitement popping up. Oh, it's amazing. It's an amazing trailer. And the most watched trailer for any title revealed during E3. So basically, Nintendo and Zelda dominated E3. Well done, guys. So while Xbox and PlayStation 5 might have the graphical capabilities and the tech specs to blow the Switch out of the water, they can't compete with Nintendo franchises, okay? The gameplay experience that Nintendo brings to the table, the loved and revered franchises that Nintendo holds exclusive rights to, just can't be competed with. Basically, Nintendo is the Disney of video games. That's it. Nintendo is the Disney of video game. Content is king, and Nintendo is the king of video game content. Let's just leave it at that. So the exciting amazingness that was E3 might not have even been the biggest news that Nintendo revealed in the past couple of weeks, because the Switch OLED model was finally revealed some random morning on July 6th. A lot of people reacting to this trailer and reveal were not happy. They were expecting a Switch Pro, a 4K upgraded Switch model that was bigger and better in every way, and to me it is, okay? The Switch model has a bigger screen, a better screen, and that was my number one concern with my Switch. I wanted a bigger screen, I wanted a better screen, and I'm getting that now. But the Switch OLED model, people were expecting 4K, Bluetooth support, yada yada yada, and they're not getting that. People are upset, I understand. A lot of rumors can lead to disappointment. So you have to temper your expectations when you hear any kind of rumor. And this is a lesson. But the Switch OLED model is going to be hot. It's going to sell a lot. It's already sold out pre-order wise. You can't get one on pre-order right now. I hope I'm going to be able to get one launch day. But this is a super low risk, high upside play for Nintendo. The OLED model is just a new alternative to the Switch, Switch Lite family. You'll pay $350 instead of $300 for a bigger, better screen, 64 gigs of storage, enhanced storage space, enhanced audio, and a big boy kickstand. For the $50 extra, if you're going to buy a Switch or a Switch OLED model, it's a no-brainer to me. And reports were that Nintendo's going to have a higher profit margin on the Switch OLED model. They refuted these reports, but that just shows you that these rumors and reports coming from Bloomberg and other sites, you have to take with a lot of salt, not a grain, just like dump that salt shaker on there, because you don't know what to expect when you hear these things. Also, when you look at the PS5 and Xbox Series X sales, you're seeing record-breaking numbers, fastest selling consoles. But if you really do a deep dive, you'll see that every week the Nintendo Switch is selling hundreds of thousands more units than the PS5 and Xbox Series X. They're blowing it out of the water. There's a high demand for the Switch still. And with this slight upgrade, I think the demand is only going to get higher. Now isn't the time to release the successor, the true successor to the Switch. You don't want to release the Switch Pro or Super Nintendo Switch or Switch 2, whatever you want to call it. You don't want to release that yet because there's a chip semiconductor shortage still in the works. And Nintendo has no problem pumping out the current Switch model, they would run into the same issue that PlayStation and Xbox is having if they released an upgraded model right now. So smart move not doing that. There's uncertain global market conditions right now with the Delta variant of the pandemic still occurring and rising cases nationwide. It's an uncertain few months ahead. So for them to release this brand new shiny model, they might not be able to keep up with demand. It just doesn't make fiscal sense. They did the right thing here. I'm proud of Nintendo. The OLED model will be a success, and the investors need to get behind it. Excuse me. And why fix something that's not broken? The current Switch model is blowing out the PS5 and Xbox Series X in sales numbers. People are buying this thing. They're buying PS5 too. They're selling out, of course. But the Switch is still selling more than that. They are beating them hand over fist. So why remake the wheel? It's working. Right now it's working. If it stops working, then we'll have to think about, the Switch Pro or the Super Nintendo Switch. But right now it's working. I expect to see the Switch successor in 1 to 2 full years from now. But right now, they can make it work. And Nintendo also has a bunch of aces in their hole, okay? There's AAA titles Nintendo's working on right now, but we just don't know about. There's still a surprise. They're still being fine-tuned. There was a report that the Metroid Prime trilogy is already completed, awaiting the right time to release for the Switch. That's a must-buy for me. Metroid Prime 4, obviously, we know that's in the works. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is in the works. We know that. Splatoon 3 is in the works. We know that. But beyond that, we're not sure what's going to happen. We know Pokemon Arceus is coming, but I guarantee you, there are titles that we can't even imagine yet that Nintendo is deeply in production with, that are going through fine-tuning. There's rumors that there's a Donkey Kong game about to come out that'll blow everyone's mind. Who knows what they have in store? Just rumors. We're not going to think about them too much, but Nintendo is working on some content that you won't believe yet, that is a must-buy, that are going to sell millions and millions of copies. Just know that. They've been doing it for so long, and they're going to continue to do it. They also have a Super Mario movie in the works. The Virtual Console, they can release N64, GameCube titles at any time and sell millions of more Switch units. They have so much to work with. So much to work with. Super Mario 64 sealed copy just sold for $1.5 million at auction. They have so much going for them right now. People love Nintendo. People love it. So we need to realize this is the strongest brand in video game entertainment. And when you're buying a stock, I would rather go with content than power. That's just me. And Nintendo will up their game in the power department at some point, obviously. But when you're thinking about the Steam Deck, okay, this screams of the Sega Game Gear to me. It's a higher powered system, obviously looks more powerful, cool, right on. But this is for a niche market. It's a limited audience for this machine. It's not going to sell 85 million copies like the Switch, I can guarantee that. It looks nerdy. It's a Game Gear 2.0, that's what it is. It only gets 2 to 4 hours of battery life, depending on what you're doing. Could get a little bit more, could get a little bit less, but it's gonna burn a hole in your wallet. $400 for the base model, up to $650 if you want the high-end model. It's not in the same class as the Switch. It's not for everybody like the Nintendo Switch is. And the stock is dropping, but people need to realize Nintendo is selling millions of hardware units, millions of software units. They're set up for success. They have things in production that we don't know about yet. Surprises are ahead. Good things are coming. Nintendo is set up for success. Nintendo is going to be here for another 150 years, okay? So just realize, calm down. They're doing it right. They're doing it their way. It might not be as quick as we would like. Of course, we want everything right now. But it's coming. It's going to be great. Just stick along for the ride and enjoy what we get, okay? Thank you all for coming to the Moon Cabin. I'll see you next time.